So I have been wanting to make a video about this for a while. What is psychic knowledge and how do you apply it? And why don't psychics just know everything? A lot of people just don't understand how it works. I found myself talking about it in a reading I did the other day, and I realized, this is something that people need to understand. So when you do the kind of work that I do, reading cards and meditating and trying to get psychic information, what people would refer to as psychic information, I just think it's a sixth sense that some people tap into more than others. I think there in all of us. Everybody gets gut feelings about things, and that technically would be described as psychic. You ever feel like somebody's going to call you and you pick up the phone, it rings, and there they are? That technically would be described as psychic. So you do tap into these little bits of information too. Most people, I think, do it every day. They just don't realize. Some people have done it a little bit more than others and just have advanced a little bit more. That's all it is, really. It's just a normal, I think, human ability. That said, some of us get information in different ways. And a lot of the time I get flashes. So what I was describing in one of my other videos and what I want to describe for everybody is that I get little flashes of pictures. I think of it like a puzzle, okay? So when you buy a puzzle at the store, you get it home and you have the picture, you have the front of the box, or you have a slip inside of it that gives you the picture of what this puzzle is going to be. And then you have all the pieces to put it together. Well, think about psychic work as you have some of the puzzle pieces and you don't have the final picture. So it's like we get little bits of what this puzzle's going to be. For instance, in my reading I just did on Mia Marcano, I can look back at that and I kept getting an image of a dumpster in my head. Dumpster. I'm like, did he throw her away with the trash? What is this dumpster? I have to make sense of it. You get the little clues and then you're like, that's the hard part. But how do I make sense of this? Well, now we know he dumped her. We know he dumped her in a field, it had some woods there. And I kept getting a semi, right? I was seeing a semi with the back opened, with the ramp, and like a rolled up carpet or a rolled up tarp, like what you would do if you were moving. I get it now. The guy that killed Mia had lived in the apartments and moved out of them, and where he dumped her body. So I was getting clues that explain this to me, but a lot of the time it's like hindsight is 20/20, right? I can look back and I can say, that was it. I get it now. That's why I was getting that image. So that's what it's like. You have a few pieces of the puzzle, you're trying to put them together, you get little hints, and you don't have the final picture, and you're trying to make sense of it, and you do the best you can. Nobody is ever going to be 100% right. You show me someone who's 100% right, and I'll show you a fraud. There is nobody, no way, who is going to have that level of discernment to be able to put together the information correctly every single time. You can see what I just did with the image of the dumpster. And I was like, he discarded her like trash. It's there. I can see what happened, but in the moment, it's hard for me to put it all together. So that's what psychic work is like. And nobody will be 100% right. Nobody will probably do a reading that is 100% correct, because you're going to get images and you're going to get information and you're going to say, well, maybe it could be that. I could be feeling, for instance, in that reading, I was getting back and forth. Well, maybe I could see here that he put her in a field, that he dumped her in a field, or he put her in a dumpster. Like literally, you see how it is? You're trying to understand it, but it could go a couple different ways. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Even the best psychics and mediums, they say, are 85% correct. Best reading is probably only going to be 85% correct. So it's a great jumping off point, this information, but it's not the end all be all. It's a start, and it's a good start, but there still needs to be work done, I think, in every reading, especially missing people. You know, you might have some good clues after you get a psychic reading, but you're probably not going to have the whole entire 100% story known from the very first thing that happened to the very last thing that happened and every detail in between. Just pretty impossible for you to get that. So anyway, that's how psychic information, psychic detection works, how psychic people who like to do missing person readings like I do put together our information and how we get the information. If you have any questions about that, put them in the comments. I'd be happy to answer, but I just wanted to explain that because I get people on here all the time that really, they just don't understand quite how it works, and they really think you're supposed to just like have some unlimited knowledge that you tap into, and it all just like downloads into your brain and you have it all. And I'm here to tell you it doesn't work that way. I wish it did. Life would be a lot easier for all of us, right? I would have never made some of the mistakes I made in my life. So anyway, have a good day. Just thought I'd hop on here and do that. Let you guys know, kind of fill you in on how that works. Thanks. Bye-bye.